Hello, welcome to another video. In today's video is a midweek special. It's one of these Josh's protein shake and chats, and today we're talking about my top 3 tips now we're all back in the gym. Number one, big number one, is you will have lost strength. So I've been going back to the gym now for just over a week, and obviously I've lost strength, and that's not something that we always like to admit. But if you're going to go back to the gym and try and lift the weights you tried to lift pre-lockdown, it's not going to go very well. Your form's going to be off, you're higher in the risk of injury, and it's just not a great idea. So take my push day, for example. So pre-lockdown, I was benching 105, 110 kg-ish. Could get a few reps out on that, got a good number of sets out on that. If I tried that now, I'd get stuck under the bar, because I've lost that strength, mainly because I don't have a bench at home, and I haven't been training bench press, so my strength has dropped. I went back to the gym last week, my first push day back, I benched 40 kg for a warm-up, and then I got up to 60 kg, which is quite light in comparison to where I was before, but there was no point going any higher, because I could feel the bar sort of shaking just as I got to 60 in my second set. So I probably could have pushed it a little bit further, but there was no point. It was getting my body used to working that muscle group again, getting used to that movement again. And whatever workout I did, that first workout back, was going to be a good one, because it shocked my body, it shocked my muscles anyway. They weren't used to that, so it was a good workout. My main thought process was getting back into the gym, not getting injured, getting my form right, and gaining some strength back. Don't get me wrong, there will be some workouts where you probably can lift the same. It completely depends on what you've done during lockdown for your home workout. Because I've had dumbbells at home, I've been able to curl. If anything, my dumbbell curls improved, because that's all I've done in lockdown. So there is exercises where your body, it will have adapted during lockdown, and you probably maintained some strength. So it completely depends on what you've been doing during lockdown. But if I'm speaking to someone who hasn't done much during lockdown, lower your weights. Don't lower the intensity, just lower your weights down. So you can still get a good workout in, still get an intense workout in, but lift lighter weights. Like, what's the point in risking injury your first few weeks back in the gym? Yeah, the main thing for that point is just don't take it as a negative. It's not a bad thing, but you can't lift the same. It's just sensible that, like I said, don't go back to the gym, lift too heavy, get your form wrong, and get an injury. What's the point? So take it easy, lower your weights. You'll understand. As soon as you go back to the gym, you will know, you'll get a feel for what you can do and what you can't. Your workout is a good workout right now. Just ease back into it. Then next week, progressively overload and slowly get back up to where you were. Because let's face it, it's not going to take you long to get back to where you were if you're sensible about it. If you fly back in there, get injured by lifting too heavy, then it's going to take you longer, because you're going to be out of the gym for more weeks. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's not going to take you as long to build your strength up as when you first start the gym, because your muscle memory will kick in. It's just being sensible about it. So point number one, you will have lost strength, but it's not a bad thing. So your first few workouts back, don't expect to be able to lift the numbers you were before, but not a bad thing. It's just good that we're back in the gym. Ease back into it and you'll get there. Point number 2, longer rest periods. So I work a push-pull leg split. Pre-lockdown, my working week in the gym was Monday push, Tuesday pull, Wednesday legs, Thursday push, Friday pull. So 5 days flat out in the gym, and then a weekend I do a bit of cardio on Saturday, have Sunday as a rest day, usually. So, like I said, last week, first week back in the gym, did push on Monday, pull Tuesday, legs Wednesday, and then I was due to obviously do push again on Thursday, but my body was absolutely shot. My chest hadn't recovered because I hadn't had a good chest workout for 4 months. So point number 2 is just, you'll need longer rest periods, most likely. And don't be fooled by what it says on a bit of paper, just because, or even a personal trainer, just because you've been told, oh, you're doing a push-pull leg split, Thursday is your push day. If your body is still recovering from the Monday, don't do it. Again, you're risking injury. Because we're all back to the gym and our bodies are adapting again, we are at high risk of injury. There's no point pushing it. Just like there's no point pushing high numbers, if your body needs the rest day, take the rest day, because you'll recover, you'll come back stronger, and then the day after you can do your workout. That one day is not going to hurt, but what will hurt if you go to the gym, work your chest where it's not recovered, and you pull your pec. And obviously that is an extreme case, so like you're not necessarily forced to get an injury if you do train when you're not recovered, but you're not going to get the level of workout you want to get. If I'd have gone to train my chest last Thursday when my body just hadn't recovered, like I couldn't, it was still completely aching, just it hadn't recovered. It needed a longer recovery period, a longer recovery, it needed more days to recover. If I'd gone to the gym that day and tried to work my chest, I wouldn't have had a good session because my numbers would have been really low. I wouldn't have got into the rhythm of it because my chest is already hurting. It'd be longer to warm up. But it was just better that day to take the day off. And I think a lot of people will go through that as well. So first few weeks back in the gym, if you need to take an extra rest day, just take it. Like you're not going to lose anything. At the end of the day, you're working out most days now after having 4 months off. Every day's good. So if you need a rest day, take the rest day. Don't be stubborn. Don't think you're Superman. Don't think you can do exactly the same as you did before lockdown. You will get back to that stage, but in the first few weeks, you adapt into getting back to the gym. So if you need a rest day, take a rest day. Point 3, and my final point, but it's going to be like my shortest video ever, but this is what I want to do. I wanted to do my midweek videos. I want them to be more informative and a little bit more serious. So like it'll be fitness vlogs or days in the gym, days of eating, or just little quick tip videos like this. And then the weekend videos, like the funner ones, like the challenges, a little bit more light-hearted. So if you do want to see me save cartoon characters from trees, if you don't want to talk about, watch my last video, then you're a weekend viewer. Then the midweek videos are a little bit more serious, a little bit more informative. Point 3 is how much you're eating per day. Now, this won't go for everyone because everyone's trying to do something different with their bodies. But for me personally, as someone who's trying to put some more muscle back on, I need to start eating more, and I have started eating more. So before lockdown, I was eating around 3,000 calories a day. I was going to the gym 5-6 times a week. I needed the calories, but during lockdown, I had a bit of a home gym going off, but it wasn't anywhere near the same level of that intensity in terms of workouts for 4 months. So if I'd have carried on eating that many calories, I'd have put a lot of weight on, and a lot of weight I didn't need to put on. It would have been fat, basically. So I dropped my calories down, and my body adapted towards that. So now I'm back in the gym, I need to get the calories back in. And it's a bit of a weird period because I'm burning more calories. I need to put more calories in my body, so I'm burning so much now. But my body hasn't quite adapted to the diet, so I'm still not sort of hungry all the time. And I can't get as many meals as I would like to because I'm full. But it's just that period of adaptation. I think during lockdown I was probably only eating 2,500 calories, if that, most days. So I've lost 500, 600 calories there. So I'm trying to get those calories back in, but my body's that used to not eating them now. I'm full a lot. And like with weightlifting, you add a little bit in each week to make yourself stronger, to progressively overload. And I guess at the minute I'm progressively overloading with my diet. So I'm trying to throw like an extra chicken breast in the morning or an extra packet of rice in the afternoon, just adding more calories to my diet to get me back to where I was before, back to like the 3,000, 3,200 mark, and back training how I used to be. So it's going to be a few weeks before I'm where I want to be, but we're getting there. The main point in point 3 was now we're back in the gym. If we're trying to go into a calorie surplus, if we're trying to put the muscle back on, put the weight back on, not only are we going to have to ease ourselves back into lifting weights and getting the numbers back, but we're also going to have to ease ourselves back into calories and get our diets back on track. It's a big, what is this? A big ball of easing ourselves back into things and not going too hard, too fast. But that's pretty much it. So in summary, I could have summed this up in 5 seconds. In summary, my top 3 tips are: you will have lost strength, but that's not a bad thing. Work your way back up to it. Don't rush it. Don't risk an injury. Number 2, longer rest periods. Your schedule might say one thing. Your schedule might say you're training legs today, but your body's completely shot from your last workout, you haven't recovered in time, take a rest day. It's not the end of the world, so you may need more rest days. Ignore your bit of paper. Feel free to ignore your personal trainer for telling you to train and your body's not recovered yet, because what's the point in risking injury? And then number 3, progressively overloading on food, which is not a saying you hear much, but now we're back in the gym. If you want to put your muscle back on, if you want to put your weight back on, you're going to have to increase your calories, assuming you've dropped them down in lockdown. You might have kept them exactly the same. You might have put loads of weight on already. Everyone's in a different boat. But yeah, that's what I'll be doing. So that is the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, drop it a thumbs up. If you really liked it, subscribe, and I'll see you next week.